Hello YouTube. Today I would like to introduce you to Eldiron. Eldiron is a creator for classical RPGs and I have worked on it in the last 18 months. Eldiron version 1, which is available later this year, will allow you to create games similar to Ultima 4 and 5, with more variations of games and styles of graphics planned after that. Eldiron is written in Rust and open source, licensed under the MIT. Eldiron supports both single-player as well as multiplayer experiences, including MMOs. In this video I would like to give a short overview of Eldiron, and I will create more videos explaining the different features of Eldiron later on. In the main user interface of Eldiron, you have the project buttons here in the main toolbar. These are the different projects you can work on. The demo button serves as a template and showcase to the inbuilt demo, where you can go and have a look how things work and copy things over into your 4 different game projects here. When you update the demo project, be careful. Eldiron always keeps it up to date to the latest version and will overwrite your changes. So work on these 4 game projects here. Below that you have the 6 buttons which make up the different views of Eldiron, which is the asset view, where you have your images, audio and tile maps which make up your game. In the regions view you can create and edit your regions. Then the character view for your characters. The systems are reusable templates for your characters, so that you have a basic template which you can reuse for your characters. And items and spells displays the items and spells of your characters. The game view defines screen nodes and the transition between the different screen nodes. The screen node is a scripting system which makes up the content of your game. So every window and screen in your game will have a screen node, and which defines what you see at what time. These buttons can be switched between the overview mode and the detail mode. For example, when we click on the detail mode, you see the tile map, and you see the different tiles in your games. And in this tile map you can assign different roles to that tile and settings, define animation, and so on. In the regions, you are able to create regions. For example, here's a world region. You can paint with your tiles. You have 4 layers of transparency, which are also used, which are switched like this, because you can also use them for the Raycaster for Pseudo 2.5D view. So you have the floor, the wall, the ceiling, and the overlay. The overlay displaces the other tiles if you, for example, want to make doors or secret passages which open up at specific times. So, and you can paint here with your tiles, but you can also define areas in your region which implement certain behavior actions for the area. For example, here when somebody enters this region, he gets teleported into the city, and the script here makes sure that only characters with a positive alignment can enter the city. Then you can place characters, place loot. You have a settings of the different settings of the region, and you have also a procedural system for dungeons, which I'm currently working on. This is the regions view. Then we have the characters view. The different characters are implemented via behavior trees. Behavior trees are node graphs which define a certain behavior of a character, like an attack, or you want to drop something, you want to look somewhere. This is all done via behavior trees. These node graphs start with a behavior tree node, which you rename to the action you want to implement, and the attached nodes implement these actions with different scripts and other functionality which make up this given action and behavior tree. So from the client, when this is a player character, the client would send an action called look in a given direction, which would execute the look tree. So you can map player behavior directly to the different trees. On an NPC, like here the orc, the orc is actually a template based on a template in the system view. I mean, the systems implement reusable templates for your characters, and so, for example, you have the lookout, startup, and on-dev trees, which get inherited by the org here in the character view. Note that each tree for the org gets always executed for each tick. If it's an always execute always node, then you have startup nodes which only gets executed by during character startup, and then, for example, stuff like on dev, which gets only executed on demand, and this is called explicitly. As I said before, the systems view creates templates, behavior templates, which you can reuse for your characters, and also has special trees and objects, like the skill object, which implements different skill trees. For example, here is the swords skill, which implements different skill levels, how many times you have to use this skill to get to the next level, what message to show, and then items can implement these skill trees. So we have here the items and spells view. So for example, the sword item, it implements the skill tree, swords skill tree, and defines which damage to do for each level, each skill level. What is the delay of the action? What damage? What effect to play, like a tile effect and an audio effect when this action is executed. Then here you also have, for example, items, for example, like the torch, which execute certain actions like a character, more or less. So what happens when you look at that item? You see a torch, you see a burning torch, depending on the state. So items have state, which you can change and query. So for example, when you use the torch, you toggle the state, and you can create a light source or not a light source. You can send a message. You can send a new tile for the item, and so on. So for the lock gate, for example, this is also used to unlock the gate with a key. I will explain all of this in specialized videos. And then in the game view, as I said before, this is where you define your screens and your overall game settings. This is a screen where you define the overall look. For example, when we play the demo here, this is all defined in the screen script. When we use the torch, we put it on fire. This is executing the use tree we looked before in the item view. So actually, Eldiron has a quite sophisticated system for character behavior and for region editing, and I'm working on finishing all of this up for a version 1, which will come hopefully in 2 to 3 months. I will make more videos about Eldiron, about the different features we have right now. And please go to the website at eldiron.com for further details. And if you want to support the project, yeah, I have a Patreon. The link is in the description. Thank you very much.